Hey guys, it's John V, 3IPS here. I've got a new antenna to try out. I grabbed two backpacks before I came out to the park. One was the Icom 703 and its Icom backpack, and also the REZ Ranger 80 antenna. This is a new antenna made in the States, Houston, Texas, from Michael. Sorry, I can't remember his call sign right now. What a great antenna this is. It's basically a base-loaded antenna with the slider coil that comes in a backpack. We've seen other antennas kind of similar with this, and this one's very unique. It's a very high-quality antenna, very high-quality components all put together, and everything is all complete. So let's take a look. First, it comes with this military backpack, great zippers. Lots of pockets. It can expand. There's a zipper to open this up. Some people call this a 3-day backpack, meaning there's a lot of room here that you can carry 3 days, which would be basically a small tent as well as sleeping bag. But for us, there's also antennas and stuff that will also fit in here, so lots of pockets and stuff. So first pocket, we could take a look. Lots of MOLLE straps to add additional items. The radials. There's 4 radial wires. They're about 35 feet in length. Very nice flexible cable, all complete with little rubber adapters for it to keep everything nice and coiled. We'll see if it kinks or not. The other component here is the puck. So we'll open this up. Oh, it's not the puck. This is for the tripod. So we'll see that in a second here. There's also a new unique item here that connects to the tripod that has a hook on it with a carabiner on it, so you can put a weight to hold that down. So we'll kind of see when we get to that. So these are all taped up together. I'm going to put these in a small little a little pouch, probably like a little EDC pouch or something like that, to keep everything complete. However, there's pockets in here with a zipper on it that I can put everything in there. So that's been opened up. That's the first area. The second area here. Take another look here. I've got my coax on it. I got a patch cord in here too, and I also have a choke on it, so that could be used as well. I'm running 30 feet of coax here. This is RG8X. And there's pouches in here. I could actually put a tablet in there that I use for logging. These are the compression straps on it, so you can pack everything nice and tight. Lots of Velcro strips for name tags. Big beefy zippers. Okay, so the good stuff here. So let's take a look what's in here. Okay, I got my little SWR meter that we'll use after. So I have a plastic container here. What I ended up doing in here is I put in this plastic container is these legs for the tripod. And what I did find for it is they do not come with rubber feet, so that would be a strong recommendation that the next units they ship out come out with these little rubber feet that would cover the ends here of this aluminum rods that get threaded into the tripod assembly. Okay, so I got 2, 3, and I had 3 in the envelope, and I've already lost one, so there you go. And oh, there's my other coax. That was the coax I was looking at before. That's 25 feet of coax with a choke already on it. So for the tripod assembly here, and we'll take another look at it. Again, here is now I can screw this in. And now I can use this on a, here I'm at a sidewalk, so we'll do that here. Very well built here. Everything threads in very nicely. This was made in a machine shop. No question about it. Not in a garage somewhere. Okay, so that's the tripod assembly, and as I said, there's this connector here that will allow you to clip in and put a weight at the bottom to hold that down to avoid it tipping over. The other thing here is the solid spike This is stainless steel. This is to spike and put the antenna into grass or sand. This works very, very well. One tip though, install this first. I would probably use a plastic hammer or a rubber covered mallet, probably something for tents, in order to protect this from getting damaged. You have to put this in first. Normally what I do is I just hand push it in just to keep things in that way. So I'll put this in this tube. The other component that it comes with here is the Telescopic Whip antenna. This is styled after the AT-271, which is the military antenna, 9 feet, and I think it's 3 inches. This is made out of brass and very rugged, very perfect antenna to use out in the field, as opposed to some of those telescopic whips that can get bent very easily. So we have that. And then the final component that everybody's been waiting for is this heavy sucker. This thing is very heavy, very well built. Again, not made in a garage. This has been made in a shop. Hex nuts throughout it, built-in SO239 connector. This is the radial hub that connects to the bottom, so the radials will connect into that. And then there's the stud to connect that into the base here. And this is all 3/8-24, typical that we would use in a lot of HF mobile antennas. So other brands also use this type of threading in the North American market, and that means that you can mix and match the components. So for example, the whip here, I have a handful of these that are the military version. They're actually green, that came from Army surplus. But this is a version of it that is black. So a matter of this is just undoing it and telescoping it out. This always gets installed from top to bottom. There's our whip assembly right there. There's some plastic covers on here to protect the edges and stuff. I think this heat shrink is more of a, might be more for a protection perspective, but they haven't been heated, so I think I will heat these out. Like I said, I'm just unboxing everything right now just to try it out. So let's screw this in. Okay, so now I'm going to connect my coax to it. Oh, somebody asked me what these red things are. These are red whips. They're made by Think Tank. I get them every time I'm in New York at B&H Photo. That way I can buy something that's $10 a pack and not pay $30 US shipping to get it up to Canada here. Okay, so I got my coax connected, and now what we're going to do is we're going to get this set up with the radio. Okay, so Icom 703, all in its own backpack. Open this up. This backpack's pretty small, not a lot of room for antennas. I've got a battery connected in at the bottom. So connect that in. An Anderson pull protector. There's some pull on it. So this radio here, I have the remote on it, the remote head cable with the extender cable. So that means that my remote head assembly here is in this nice little case. Okay, we're on 20 meters here, and well, let's just run. I'm getting a signal right now. This guy's S7, S7. Inspiration's my middle name. Okay, so let me connect the 4 radios. They got banana plugs on it, and they connect right into the radial plate here.
I am Whiskey 4 Whiskey Sugar Maker on Bill in Northwest Georgia for the YL system. Moving session first hour. If you can hear me, give me a call. Get on our lock.
We just throw that one in the bushes there.
Whiskey Alpha 1 November, Papa Delta. How you doing, Steve?
It is recommended to use the radials either ground mounted with the spike or using the tripod. This is the other half of the antenna. Every antenna needs counterpoise, or in this case we also can call them radials. I think one thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to put some orange heat shrink tubing on it, just so I can spot the ends and I know where they end up from a visitor perspective that may walk into my wires.
Roger, Roger. That's 4 Zulu Golf Hotel. How you doing, buddy?
So now we're going to adjust for the SWR, but before we do that, there's 2 ways of doing it. One is to use a slider. Now this antenna, though, I didn't cover it up before, covers 80 meters to 6 meters. So what was very important to me was the 80 and 60 meter coverage. I don't have that in other antennas that I have that are a similar design, either from a center loaded or a base loaded. This is obviously a base loaded design. Very rugged. The sliders on it is stiff because we want to make optimum contact. There's a double prong assembly in it that makes a very solid contact. I did test it with an ohm meter, and it's 100%. So usually the way that this works is you slide the coil up and down for the best signal. So now I have the coil non-resonant, and as you can see, the volume dropped out on that net by several S units. So that means I'm going to move this up higher. And typically you're going to tune it for the best noise. But because it's very, very stiff, it's almost a two-handed operation. So let's swap this out. And I'm going to do something quick here. That way I don't have to do any transmission. Oh, I found the other foot element there. So let's plug this into my portable SWR meter that I seem to grab all the time. I've had this thing for over 10 years. Even though I have other antenna tuners, I kind of tend to grab this one all the time. This is just small and light. As you'll notice here, this is a 15 ohm BNC with a 50 ohm resistor on it. This just allows me to, if I have any concerns about checking calibration on this unit. So now instead of having to worry about transmitting, even though the 703 has a built-in antenna tuner, I try to prefer to have everything to be resonant. So let's put this on. 20 meters, 14.2, SWR is too high. Let's lower it. Lower it, lower it, lower it, lower it. Obviously this is using a lot of this coil. So for the higher bands, I probably want to have this to be up higher. So let's start moving this up here. this isn't working the way I want it to work. So let's try the other cable. Okay, there we go. Yep, it definitely was a cable issue. So that thing's gonna, I think I'll just leave it behind at the park. So as you can see on the meter here, I've got 1.0 to 1. It's only a couple of clicks off a few clicks off the top. So there we go, all set up, ready to go on 20 meters. Okay, so I'm gonna disconnect this cable, the other cable in.
All right, Kilo Charlie 3, Tango Bravo India. Another George. How'd that happen?
Okay, so it looks like there's a net going on here. And we're going to see if we can work these guys.
Okay, George, thanks for coming in. That's Kilo Charlie 3, Tango Bravo India, Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania, in the Mobile member station. Let me get this one here. Whiskey 7, Tango Oscar Alpha. Art, come on in.
Contact, contact, contact.
COA, just skipping on the lawn. How you doing, my friend? Doing well, thank you. That's Whiskey 7 Tango Oscar Alpha in Stinson, Arizona. Other station out there that said contact. Who was that?
Yeah, it's Victor Echo 3, India Papa Sugar. I'm just testing the REZ Ranger 80 antenna. You're coming in here 5.9. I just wanted to say hello, and you guys, everybody on the net's making good reception up here into Canada. I'll turn it back to you. 73s, thanks a lot.
Okay, Victor Echo 3, India Papa Sugar. Did you check in this hour already?
No, I didn't. I'm just here at the park. I just set an antenna up here, and you're one of the few strongest signals on the band. Let's just jump in, say hello, and let you guys get back to what you're doing.
All right, John. Thanks for coming in, and I got to do this.
There you go, man.
What you run into is the YL system. Have you ever checked in with this before that I know of?
No, I haven't. Like I said, I just dropped by the park here and took a few minutes here to set an antenna up, and just tuning across the band. I heard you in there, and I thought I'd just jump in, say hello, and let everybody on the net that they've got good signals, great propagation up into Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And I'll say 73s. I don't want to disrupt things, and look it up on the internet. Maybe I'll become a member and check in regularly. Thanks a lot.
Okay, yeah, very good. I was going to say, check our website, ylsystem.org. There's a guest info tab at the top and a download for netlogger at the bottom. So, yeah, we'd love for you to send us the 21 bucks. That keeps us all going, I think. They have to wind us up once in a while. That's Victor Echo 3, India Papa Sierra out of Toronto, portable today, guest station. Whiskey 7, Alpha Juliet Papa.
Okay, there you go. Look, quick contact. I'm only running 10 watts, right? So with the 10 watts I'm running here, great propagation into, I think he's down in W5 land.
Whiskey 7, Alpha Juliet Papa. I'm in Oregon. Give us your call. Get on the log. Kilo 5, Tango Lima, Momo.
Okay, there you go. So, quick idea there on what's going on with the antenna. I'm pretty happy, even though, hey, couldn't work out better, eh? A bad patch cord, we swap it out. So Vince V6ALK has a saying, 1 is none and 2 is 1. So basically what he means is backup, backup, backup. So if I came to the park with only one cable and it was damaged or shorted out or whatever the problem is with it, I would not be operating right now. So even though I had an extra coax cable in the bag that I didn't know about, but I brought that little patch cord out, and I'll swap that out and replace it with a new one, or cut the connector off and put another connector on it. So there you go. There's a quick look at the Ranger REZ, our Ranger 80 REZ antenna. it is a system. It's made in the USA. It's made in a factory. CNC, lathes, all done very properly, very well built, ruggedly built. This is heavy as well too, probably one of the heaviest loading coils that I've had. And you know, the Wolf River is one of them. There's the MFJ one. Diamond's got a new one. This Gabil one that's come out that's kind of a copy of, it's actually a copy of the Diamond. There's the Super Antenna MP1. And what else is there? I think there's some homebrew versions that I've made. What I've noticed about this one, the diameter is wider than, probably the easiest one to compare it to is the Super Antenna MP1. I've had good results with that and bad results. It is narrower, it is a higher IQ, it is a lot sharper, but it does work. You can make contacts with it. This one's a lot better build quality. The wire's not gonna tarnish or rust out like some of the other antennas do, and holds a strong contact. It's kind of rated. I think it's underrated. Mike, I think he's got it rated at 200 watts PEP on the website. I think it can take a lot more power. This is pretty solid wire. It's a lot thicker than I've seen. The wider coil, and the robustness, the heavy dutyness of this, we could probably put a lot more power in it. So maybe we'll try this at home and pump 500 watts through it and see what happens. Maybe do it at night to see if any sparks fly. But anyways, hey, that's the antenna. I just laid out the 4 radials, popped it up. Here it is. Obviously we could throw that into the grass as well too. And the nice thing about it is you don't need an antenna tuner. So the FTA91, very popular POTA radio, with this antenna you wouldn't need to worry about spending a couple of $100 on the antenna tuner. You can put the money towards buying this. There's also a lot of room in this bag here. I could probably fit the 703 backpack in there for sure. The only concern I have, depending on what you're packing in that, if you want to pack a radio in, is just to protect it properly. You want to avoid that with a 705 or 891, any radio, where if you don't have stuff inside that's protected properly, then you may run some issues. So that's why I'm, you know, using the original packaging as kind of I wish I could buy extras of these boxes. And then I had this plastic case that actually had a camera tripod in it, the Fat Gecko. So anyways, that's that. It's a great antenna. Like I said, turn it on, make a contact. 10 watts, able to be heard no problem on 20 meters. Of course, I want to use this more on 60 and 80, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and if you like it, you know, continue to subscribe. I like playing around with antennas and trying different components out and sharing some of my results with you guys. 73s, take care.